What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today we got with us Gemaine. I can't begin to say enough about this young man. Just an incredible ascent the last couple of years, and he's got a vicious project coming out, New Jack City, and he brought along one of the main producers. Who, please introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, bro? My name is YMTK, Young Murph the Kid. I'm from East Oakland, California. Happy to be here for sure.
Oh, I would have remembered that. I saw your name on the track list, Young Murph the Kid. I didn't even catch that. Okay. Oh yeah, you dope as shit. All right, that's what's up.
Man, love, appreciate you, dog. For sure, for sure. Yeah,
so,
and blessed to be able to work.
Y'all been working together for a minute then.
Yes, sir.
You said you was on that Lefty joint too and all that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a fun project to work on, man. We worked on that in New York. I really feel like, I'm glad you fuck with it, as I said. You know, I feel like it's kind of undervalued. You know what I'm saying? Underappreciated. I really got a lot of love for that project.
Well, I mean, we can't talk about that too much now because, you know, I listen to New Jack City. But before we get it into even talking about any of that, what are your contributions to the projects? Are you producing, helping with the songwriting? And when we say songwriting, you know, that could just mean helping Gemaine move something to a bridge hook from a chorus or something, you know.
Straight up. As far as my involvement with Gemaine, it operates on a lot of different capacities, as far as like just me being a creative agent and like just like helping him bounce ideas off of. That has to do with everything from the music to the branding to just like how we're mapping things out. I've just been integral the last couple of years, just based off my faith and my belief in him. As far as like the actual process of writing and everything, we write everything together. As I said, I'm an artist as well and a songwriter. He's an incredible artist and songwriter as well. Our chemistry in the lab is crazy. And then adding Charlie Heat to the mix, the chemistry was just nuts, bro. So it was an easy little way for us to ride. Yeah. So yeah, and as far as this project, I A&R'd. So all of the features and kind of like piecing things together. I was at the forefront of that. So,
well, shit, you did a good job, because I like the no questions is the first single, right?
Yes, sir.
So I love the story behind it. I mean, you know, it's gonna sound better coming from you, but so you saw Issa Rae tweet that said,
yeah, the Issa Rae tweet about like, man, I just wish men was just like, you know, the desperation for love and just like that wanting a woman, you know, like that desire and that passion for a woman and just love, like wish that shit could come back. And like I've always been like, I've always resonated with that and felt that, but she was able to articulate it in a way that just really like hit home. And like I just brought that energy to the studio and we just like made this.
But then you said that it made you think of Mint Condition. So I'm curious as to why your mind went there, because I mean that's a great place, but you know.
Man, you know what's so funny is I see it running up on TikTok, and I was like, man, it pissed me off, honestly, because it's like, man, Mint Condition was one of those joints where it's like, if you know R&B, you know this, but now that you know it's going crazy on TikTok, like a lot of people know about Mint Condition just because of TikTok, but yeah, Mint Condition definitely embodied that, you know, that type of approach and just like, you know, desire and passion for a woman and just like, you know, love, you know, that you
a
put
glorification as opposed to an objectification.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's
so
crazy.
Like,
he hit the nail on the head. We was just talking about that, man. Not objectifying, but like glorifying, you know what I'm saying? Showcasing in a way where it's like, it's not even about it being classy or positive, but it's just more so like an artistic approach of like showcasing love and vulnerability. As far as that tweet, when he had sent the tweet, we had this ongoing conversation as far as like, I was trying to get him. There was a period where I was like, bro, you got to do all the cat shit. You know, like all the R&B cat shit, like the singing in the rain, the open shirt, the like down on bended knee. That shit's gone. You know what I'm saying? And the true essence of R&B is kind of catting off a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and, I do know what you're saying. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know where I was going to go with this, and I'm curious as to what both of y'all think of this statement. Well, I totally agree with what she's saying, I miss Marvin, Stevie, Curtis Mayfield, like more
Oh, come
topical
on.
R&B,
Straight up.
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like the essence of, the vibe, the sound is something that we've tackled to kind of like make a little bit more current and have like a feel to where it doesn't feel dated, but the vibe is going to give you that nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Like the feeling in it is going to make you feel like, this is timeless. It feels like that. It feels like that Stevie. It feels like that Curtis Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? But it's authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's not corny. Like that's why I feel like people are scared to take it there and be vulnerable and just like really commit to an R&B type of feel, is because you have to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta like be okay with possibly looking stupid.
Yeah.
Like to do the music that I'm doing, you can easily look stupid. You can easily look corny. And, I'm just one of the niggas I think that's just talented enough to be capable to do it and, not look corny, or at least be okay with looking corny if that's what it looks like, So
I mean, why does that guy look corny though? Because I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, it looked corny to be a 50-year-old player. So theoretically,
bro,
you want to
hey, I feel that. But
you want to have like a wife and kids, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure. Hey, you preaching to the choir right here.
And once you want that person to be of value, like if they're gonna have kids, I don't think there's anything corny about acknowledging.
Oh, I don't either, bro.
Yeah.
We don't
like if anybody called that shit corny, hey, for real, that should be like y'all corny barometer. Because like if a motherfucker calls that shit corny,
that's corny.
Then you know that they
but
corny.
You gotta understand like the playing field, like as much as we may lead a certain way, like you would never really know. Jermaine's from Compton, like real Compton. I'm from East Oakland, like actually East Oakland. I'm from Funktown. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in those environments, being vulnerable and singing and serving it up to a girl, that's not the value system of those environments.
They call it simp.
That's simping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not encouraged.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro.
I'm from the DMV, right? And like I remember Genuine, he from around there, and ain't nobody consider him no simp. Even before
okay, so look, I'll tell you this.
Or like Raheem Devon, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, maybe it's different in different places, and like
that's what I'm about to say. Not even that.
It might be gang culture for real, because DC didn't have much gang culture then. Like we had more like neighborhood crews and shit. You feel me?
I feel that, and I also think that it's even bigger than that. It's also just like the era we in, like the R&B that's like, I mean, it's starting to come back, but like for the last like 8-10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Like the R&B hasn't been.
I know. I could speak for the Bay Area. Obviously, it's always been rich in culture and music, and like it's hella diverse.
So I was about to ask you what your favorite Mac Dre album was.
Oh man, Genie in the Lamp.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't like to choose, but if you're gonna put me on the spot, I'll go Genie in the Lamp.
Word. Hey, not the segue, but anybody who ain't never heard that name, I guarantee you take the 15 best Mac Dre songs and you can put that up with anybody who ever got on a microphone.
Easy call. Easy call. I grab that.
Go ahead.
So let me ask you, since you was talking about TikTok earlier, I'm curious. You initially kind of blew up off Vine. What you like better, Vine or TikTok?
I guess I'm very biased, and at least I can admit it. But I'm for sure biased, and I'm gonna say Vine, mainly because when Vine was doing his thing, and when Vine was fresh and like the thing to be on, people was literally just more. It was more authentic and real. I feel like a lot of people on TikTok is like exploiting just like the shit, and like it's honestly so overpowering that like it's affecting everything, like with like even just my music, like, or not even my music, but like the people around that's like trying to market my shit. Like I hate the fact that like they literally overcompensate and like think too much about TikTok and shit, and like I just miss, and I appreciated the days where musicians and artists were respected for their art and not for how how much content they can keep up with and like just put out. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to like have you in my business like that all the time. I ain't trying to post 3 times a day just for you to remember me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to love me and like me for what I do and for how I sound, not for like me posting about my vlog and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't like the culture that TikTok created, but I do understand that, you know, it's changing the game and that like, you know, if you want to like get to that next level, TikTok definitely does play a big part of it. So I understand it, but I don't like the culture that it's creating.
I mean, that's probably gonna abate for you somewhat though, because you know there was probably like a higher emphasis on that during the pandemic, because you know the best way is still touring.
For sure.
So you know,
sure.
like once everything opens back up and you can start getting in people. I mean, being in people's faces is still better than being on their phone. And
I think that's what I'll thrive in, man. Like I'm not like I understand that when I did the Vine thing, I was like 18. I had no intentions of being an artist. I was just simply expressing myself, and like a part of me expressing myself was singing, bro. Like that was just a part of me, you know. So I just did it, and I was just having fun. But like now that like it's a part of my business, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like I did it for fun, and now like I do it for business, and like that is the reason why people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like different. The whole vibe.
I know what you're saying. Like cats that play basketball, and once they get professional, you know, it's not as enjoyable. You know
what I'm saying?
On the other hand, though, like one might look at it as that shit's still hella better than working at Walmart.
For damn sure. Oh, for damn sure. But
but that's still a false metric, because who the fuck knows that you would have ended up at Walmart? I hate when people say that shit. Like it's
say that.
Like damn, that's the only option that motherfucker had. McDonald's in the NBA, like that.
You better sing or put that apron on.
Right. For real. But it's funny, man, because like I mean, I just really have integrity as far as like what it is to be a true artist, what it is to have that real respect, and like that is what I like really strive for. I strive for greatness, man. Like I am inspired by longevity. I am inspired by legacy, and like that is what I really give a fuck about. And like because of that is why you know, apps like TikTok and shit, and like creating a lot of content just to like keep up with the algorithms. Like it just really turns me off, because it's like, so my dream and my goals are just so much bigger than that. So I just been trying to find a balance, and, you know, and it's a struggle, but you know, it's life, right?
Well, I mean, bro, when New Jack City come out, I'm sure you'll be able to balance, find more of a balance of concentrated on music over social media.
Yeah.
Once they hear that shit, I mean, I don't know how much I can say about it, but man, that is just straight fire.
Man, appreciate it, dog, for real.
But before we get to that, I peeped something though. You said when you did the Vine, you wasn't even trying to be a singer, but you'd already moved from Compton to New York. So what?
No, at the time I didn't.
Oh, I thought the Vine shit happened
in LA.
Oh, I thought it happened in New York. My bad.
Yeah. No, this was pre-New York. At the time, I was still living in LA, in Compton.
What was
me and my brother.
What was your career plans at the time?
I wanted to be an actor, and I still want to dab into that, but like I was just really on some like background acting shit, and then like I was at Cerritos Community College, so I was catching a fucking bus to Cerritos, and then like sometimes me and my brother, we only did this a handful of times, but one of the handful of times we caught the bus to Guitar Center, because we didn't have no studio or nothing, so we went to the Guitar Center. We was able to make like beats off the little piano. I think it was a Yamaha. Last I remember, my brother loves Yamahas. So me and my older brother, we caught the Gardena 2 bus from Compton to South Bay Galleria, go straight there. And yeah, we just made a freestyle. We did that shit in like 10 minutes.
And then over that, music blew up enough to move you to New York?
It eventually did. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's what's up.
Yeah, it happened to my manager. He hit me up like 10 days after I dropped the song. It was like at 100K plays in like 10 days, and he just like hit me up like, yo, and we just been talking and ever since. And then eventually I just moved to New York because he was in New York, and it just was the best. It was it was better for me to be out there and like develop than be in LA. And at that time, it was just best for me, so I did that.
Shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, I never had plans on like being an artist until after I put the record out.
Damn, that's incredible. That's
Yeah.
super what's up. Like that's some meant to be type shit.
Yeah, literally. I always say when anybody asks me, I'm like, bro, it was some God revealing what I'm meant to do before I could even see it myself. And like
Word. I always say life tells you what you're supposed to do, but a lot of people just don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
But so like I said, since I'm not sure what was for public consumption or not, what can you tell us about the New Jack City project?
Shit, what can we say and what can't we say? We haven't gone over that, dog. I'm gonna keep it solid with you.
I mean, I have an idea.
Go ahead, man, because I don't know what we can say.
Man,
Hey, hold up real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so we cleared up what we could talk. The main genre I wanted to say that it's a song on there called "Giddy Up" that's just incredible. I want to know how that came to be, who produced it, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So the way that I've realized, like the songs that I know just always be special every time is when I hear it within 10 seconds. It was so funny. Charlie Heat produced it. It started with the strings. Dun, 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 dun. And all I heard within literally 10, 15 seconds, I was like, oh, and then we're like, giddy up, nigga, let's go. So it just like the momentum immediately just was there. Like everybody just clicked on it immediately. And that song was written in like 30 minutes. It was just one of those things. We got drunk, and had a good time and made that song. And you could tell.
Making that song was hella fun.
Yeah, it was a fun kind of thing.
And I bet y'all woke up the next morning and that was like the first thing you thought about. Like, damn, that song we made last night.
The next day, all you seen was fire emojis.
Yeah, next day topic of conversation.
It was like, yo,
yeah,
fire emojis. It was crazy.
That put a battery in our back early on.
Definitely.
For us to be
definitely.
Like, okay. Yeah.
That was one of them joints.
Yeah, we on
for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so this like the 20-year beforehand preview of how y'all gonna be talking about it behind the music. Then you're gonna be we knew at the moment.
When we take it to behind the music, we could really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about we can't really go into it.
Right, we briefly.
We're gonna circle back. You know me? I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna have you do the interview.
We've been recording some videos too, because we noticed we know we're making history. So
straight up.
Yeah.
So what made you go with the New Jack City thing?
The brotherhood, the mentality, and where our, just like how we approach things, like definitely just music and like morally where we sit. Like we put God first. We ruthless about, how we approach this music, and we fearless about it. And like that New Jack City, the vibe and just the whole aura of the movie, we just really, resonated with, and like, bro, this is really us right here. We watching like we it's a brotherhood. We really care about each other, and we like, what I'm saying, we see ourselves as these characters that will like, do what we got to do, and like it's family, what I'm saying, like we just approach things differently, and then like the brotherhood of what we established since working together is just something we like saw ourselves in when watching that movie.
Yeah, it just really made sense. I think one time it was just on in the lab, and like early on, and like I always would text G pictures of Wesley Snipes, but specifically from that movie because his natural style, like just if we about to go somewhere, his natural style kind of like that, you know? So it started as a joke, and I guess subliminally it kind of started, it just came to the forefront where it really made sense, and it was presenting itself like, nah, that's the vibe, like that's actually the whole concept. So when he was like, yeah, that's actually the whole concept, I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. Because I was just thinking stylistically when we started talking, I'm like, yeah, stylistically, bro, it just makes sense. Like New Jack City.
And I'll never forget, like the first word before we even started working with, it was the day we started working with Charlie. I'll never forget, Murph was just like, G, we about to be chainless. This next wave, chainless. And like that movie was just equally Wesley Snipes, like, and them characters in there was chainless. They didn't give a fuck. They did what they felt they needed to do. They were themselves and confident about it in a similar sense of like Bobby Brown, just that whole era of just like what was going on around that time. I just felt like that's really like kind of like my spirit animal or whatever you want to call it. But like, I definitely just really resonate with that era of just like everything culturalized.
So let me ask you this: if y'all made a New Jack City themed video, I guess obviously you would be the Wesley Snipes character.
Yeah.
But you, if you was in it, would you be Ice-T or would you be G Money?
Definitely Ice-T.
Hell no, I'm not Ice-T.
Nah, he Ice-T though.
Nah, I don't know.
I mean, Ice-T, G Money. I mean, you can't be Judd Nelson. I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
could, but like, why would you want to? Like he was the only fucked up part of the movie.
I can't be, bro. That's what I was gonna say.
Hey, you want to know some funny shit?
In the movie, Ice-T had mad, like, you know what I'm saying? He was a real nigga in that shit.
He was,
even though he was a bad nigga sometimes.
But he was a law enforcement officer.
Can't find him.
Who beats suspects? But I mean, I guess it's better being Pookie. Hey, now y'all want to know some funny shit? It's this shit called Rewatchables. It's this podcast where they go over old movies, right? And they got like little categories, like I don't know, stupid shit, like who did the best, yada yada. But one of the categories is like actor who's in a totally different movie than the rest of the cast. And when they did New Jack City, man, they went in on Judd Nelson. They started like playing his lines and shit. Hey, next time y'all watch that shit, just listen to what he be saying and the expression on his face compared to like everyone else around him.
All right, I'm gonna tap
in. Trust me, get Smiggity. That shit funny as Judd Nelson. that motherfucker hilarious. That's a movie in and of itself.
Oh my god! All right, we gonna check that for sure.
I'm gonna write it down.
Judd Nelson. All right, easy. That's easy money.
Word. So when's New Jack City coming out?
It's coming out in April.
April.
So springtime. Yep. Yes, sir.
So what about you, Murph? You got anything coming out between now and then? Or what's your latest thing you pushing right now?
Yeah, I actually have a collab project that's dropping February 1st with this artist from Northern California. He's from SAC. His name is Nate Curry. I executive produced that and A&R that as well. And he's just like another young talent that I wanted to help showcase and spotlight. We were able to put some stuff together. We actually had a studio session and knocked out like 7 songs. And this was like in the first weekend we ever met. So yeah, we just like put together a little project. It features Pilo, Watt Dad, Simba, Fabo, Lil B, the bass god, Iman Europe, Jay Anthony. I'm juiced off of it, bro. So yeah, by design, February 1st.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the Simba Joe, man. That man Simba underrated as a motherfucker.
Man, he's cold as fuck, boy. Shout out my brother Sim.
Hey, those who know, they know.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, shit. Before we drop the socials and all that, is there anything I didn't, you know, like any interesting background information about you or anything like that?
Shit.
A
Being
wild
put on a
story.
spot is always the hardest, dog.
What happened?
I said being put on a spot is always hard to like. All right, shit. So
I'm talking about him because I ain't getting no bio. I got all your questions, bro.
Okay, you got me. All right,
Yeah.
Murph.
Okay, well, shit. I'll give you the origin story of how me and G met. All right. So one day, perfect. I'm leaving the Standard downtown. I was with my boy Drew Banger. Shout out my brother, right?
What's the Standard?
The Standard Hotel downtown LA. So I'm leaving the Standard and I'm like trying to find my Lyft driver, but he's like not where he's supposed to be. So I'm calling him like, yo, bro, where you at? You feel me? He's like, oh, I'm here. Like, oh, I think I see you. You're an Asian man, right? And I was like, nah. He was like, nah, you an Asian man in a business suit. And he like was telling me like, nah, you, and I'm like, nah, I'm not, bro. Like, where are you at? Like, what? Like, and I saw him like across the street, up the street. So I just was like, stay there, bro. I'll walk to you. Get in the car. He turns around. It's Gemaine. And he looks at me and he goes, huh. And he just laughed and was like, huh. And I was like, all right. And I wasn't going to say nothing at first, but I was like, what? And he was like, you're not Asian. And so I'm like, all right, for sure, this cat's based. We take off, and you know, like when you working in the music industry, like you know what mix version 4 underscore all that, you know what I'm saying? So on the dashboard, I'm looking at this song and it has all that, and it's like I'm listening to it and it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But at the same time that I'm having these feelings about the music, I'm fearing for my life because the driver's terrible, bro. Like I'm talking about he's the worst driver I've ever seen in my life. My so bad that he's now been kicked off both platforms.
Hey, but I had a 4.9. I had a 4.9 rating. So like people was fucking with me.
They liked him. He's nice.
The driving wasn't.
But shit was dangerous. So anyway, we're getting on the freeway and I'm like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, it's my song, like it's a mix and blah, blah. He's like about to explain what a mix is to me. And I'm like, yeah, chill. I know what it is. And so he's telling me like, and I'm like, what's your situation? And he was just like, oh yeah, I just signed to indie pop and blah, blah, I just got this management label situation. Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy because I'm from the Bay Area. Indie pop is from the Bay. You know, they came out here and did incredible things. Cataracts, Dev, Kyle, so on and so forth, Una. So I was a part of that first wave of the Bay Area kids coming to LA. You know, the Knickknacks, Bobby Brackens, Cataracts. We all came out here and like really was close knit. You know what I'm saying? Because we was the only cast from the Bay. Now in LA, the subculture crazy. It's hella Bay Area kids. So when we on the freeway, like I'm fearing for my life, he's telling me about his situation. And I'm like, yo, bro, okay, for sure. Like, can you play this song again? He plays the song again. Before we get out the whip, I'm like, all right, bro, it's confirmed. Like, I gotta do something. Like, I was like, I don't know what I can do, bro, but I want to help you. Like, I gotta do whatever I can to help you because you hella raw and like you gonna kill somebody before you get on. You gonna
if you keep driving.
Yeah, like, you can't drive Lyft no more. Like we gotta figure it out. Like I'm gonna do what I can. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I had it in my mind of like, I gotta help this dude, bro.
And lo and behold, I got kicked off like 6 months later.
That's crazy. So yeah, the next day, so we exchanged information. The next day or two, my homie Drew, he's still out here. I'm kicking it with him and the other homie, Julia Lewis. Julia Lewis didn't live in LA yet. He's still in the Bay. He's hopping in sessions and trying to work. He's talking to his management. We sitting on the couch and he's like, oh, I got a session with this dude, Gemaine, tomorrow with indie pop. And I was like, sitting next to him like, bro, what? Yo. What's the chances of that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, tell him you with me. And he was like, he's texting the manager and the manager don't know what's going on. He like, yeah, I guess he's a Lyft driver, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, we pulling up tomorrow. Pull up the next day for the session and we made a clean ass song. And from then it's just been lit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally from that day, it was like, all right, for sure. It was like he said, it's really divine, bro. How everything worked out, it's really divine. It's from God. So yeah. I don't ask no questions, man. I'm just riding away. I'm thankful.
What's that jacket y'all wearing? That's y'all record company?
Nah, this is
baby.
This
New Jack City, though.
We're thinking about putting out. If it ain't merch at the worst, it'll be just some jackets that I gave to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And like you know, symbolic
video or something. That shit
music and just like everything. Yeah, I'm glad you messed with it, man.
Only problem is, bro, that fucking merch, man, that should be costing too much. Like I know it'd be costing. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Got the names and everything on the back.
Oh yeah, if you don't press them up or whatever you call it, you should definitely at least rock that in the video. But the problem with that, man, like when you go on like merch bar, like you want something like that and it look all dope on Instagram, and that should be like $375.
Yeah, for real. Nah, we made it work. We made it work for
Straight
what we could make it
And
work.
you know, the
for us.
kids still ain't get a PS5. I can't be buying no $375
Right?
jackets. I live in
Nah, we ain't
Florida.
doing that.
Yeah,
No,
they still got you in the waiting line. You still waiting. It's a lot
Nah,
of
be real with you. We
oh,
just ain't get
yeah,
around
bro.
to it because you know they young. They got the Switch. They good.
I respect
Yeah.
it.
I kind of feel like I ain't buying no more systems because you can tell they trying to go that virtual reality shit. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
told them
outta
they better just make do until them that they get that Ready Player One shit popping.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
for
up
sure.
for systems, bro.
Word. But shit, I'm glad I asked that last question. That was outstanding answer. So last thing, just your socials and the best place to find y'all at.
Yes, sir. It's just Jermaine's on just Gemaine, JUSTGEMAINE, Instagram, Twitter. Jermaine on everything else, GEMAINE.
New
No
single, no questions on all
New
digital
single,
streaming
no
No
platforms right
single,
now.
no questions.
Out
Produced
right
by
now.
Charlie Heat. Come
Yes,
on, man.
sir.
Stop fucking playing New Jack
Yes,
City.
sir. Come on, man. New Jack City coming out in April. We taking over, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. And then you can find me, YMTK, man. You feel me? Google me. I'm Googleable, baby.
I heard that. Google YMTK. I'll put a link in the show notes on the Dirty Glove Bastard post. So make sure y'all stay on real quick. But thanks for your time.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
No doubt.